Hey, what's up? It's Rashad and Antonio. We are the Westerbros, and this is episode two, House of Dragon, season two. What was the name of this episode?
Rhaenyra the crew. Yes,
Yes,
Rhaenyra the crew.
Rhaenyra the Cruel. All spoilers. Gotta talk about a thing to talk about a thing.
That is diabolical.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, it was calling her Rhaenyra the Monstrous during the processional. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying, for the
yeah,
funeral.
yeah.
I was like, monstrous. It's crazy. I was watching this last night, man. I was like,
Mhm.
man, this is again. I think episodes like these is really why this franchise as a whole really shine because similar to last episode, not a whole lot of action, but a lot of great character moments and dialogue going up. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
A lot of that going
yes.
on in this episode. And
You know what else too?
what's that?
A lot of interactions that we haven't really seen before, too.
That's
Interactions between people. Yeah.
very, very, very good. Good note to add to this. So yeah, yo, like I'm just glad to be here, man. I don't want to waste on time. So let's just get right into this episode. Where do we start?
I guess we start from the beginning. Aegon,
Yeah,
all hell is broken loose at the Red Keep.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
all hell is breaking loose. You come up off the black to seeing like I guess house people, servants, anybody in the Red Keep just being rounded up by the high tower soldiers and stuff. They're just rounded up, and the people are looking and had looks in the face like, "What the hell is going? What the hell is going on here?" I think a lot of people really didn't know the servants and stuff, and then we go into the king's quarters, and you see Aegon raging.
Just
I
smash,
mean,
just smashing his dad's ongoing art
yeah,
projects.
his smashing his dad's Lego Lego diorama of old
Valeria.
Valyria. Yes, that thing that we saw that his dad worked on basically the entire season last year, which was probably what a span of 20 years or something like that, just
Yeah.
completely smashed. He was snapping off. The only people that were there with him were his frat bros that we saw.
Yeah, it was
There was the one black
Demetrius
dude,
and
Demetrius and Demetrius Cooper and Brett were in there.
Demetrius and Brett
And
was in there.
yeah, and they were like, "Hey man, chill." And he was just snapping, talking about, "I'm gonna kill them all who did this. I declare war." I mean, he's just rambling and just destroying the set. And you see the grief that this man is like going through in that. Also in that process as well, you see Otto telling Allicent like what went, like, talking to her, and she is on this. Oh my god, she's like, just she's not spazzing out and she's crying. But did you notice something, Rashad?
What's that?
She wasn't mourning the child. She was mourning the effects that had on her daughter, Helaena. She said
Yeah,
that. She said
yeah.
it's done with the child, whatever. She says, but what they did to her, I was like,
Interesting. And we're gonna get to that too. Yeah.
right, right. We definitely gonna get to that because a lot of stuff that we've said is really showing his face with her. But he's talking to her and he's like, "Hey, yo, don't blame yourself." But Allison deep down has to blame, can feel like she blames herself because she was slutting out Sir Christian Cole
Mhm.
while all this was going on or whatever. So then to we get to the council, the king, the small council, and Aegon is, dude. I kept saying to myself, are they just? I don't. I said they just kept bringing more cups out. Whatever. I think that dude destroyed so many glass cups or whatever, just heaving them all over the place. And this episode for me did, with this scene, empathize with Aegon a little bit because that's the grief of losing. Yeah, just a little. Aegon is Aegon, but it's the grief of a father losing their child. And I mean,
He loved his boy, y'all.
and he did. He loved his
And
boy.
also in that scene too, I really think the reason that he loves his son was because one day he was going to be king, and the fact that his daddy ain't really want to deal with him with that because he knew he was an ass. So there's
Mm-hmm.
a lot of that. Like I'm gonna do better than my daddy did.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of that
Yeah.
energy going on.
Yeah. So he's just raging and he's like, I want action. Blah, blah, blah. Then he turns and look at his mother. And they was like, look, when we find out who did it, and he's like, find out. Man, we know who did this. The the bitch queen, the bitch queen, she's the bitch queen of bastards. I said, damn, that was she
That's a
said she did it.
bar.
That's a the bitch queen of bastards. I said, God dang, or whatever. Like, and then he's just like, we know it was her. What is this? We need to find out. And the thing is, the council, especially Otto, I gained a little respect for Otto in this right here, little, because Otto, I think deep down, whatever beef he has with Rhaenyra, would never think Rhaenyra was capable of this. So he was like, hey man, just chill, blah, 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 blah. And Aegon ain't trying to hear it. But then the moment happened that we wanted to see, he turned, you the Lord Commander of my King's Guard. Where were you at, bro? Talking to Christian Cole. Christian Cole, I was abed.
Yeah, he was a bed, all right.
He was a bed. My man said, a bed? Yeah, on his bed. It was your bed. You know, how can you tell the king? Yeah, I was blowing out your mama drawers when all this was going down. Sorry, dude, or whatever. And he's like, that's not like a good answer. And like, they're trying to find out what's going on. And then like, they're like, hey, and then so like, Aegon is like, he's hellfire and brimstone. He wants something done. And then Otto tries to be the cooler head, and he says, look here, this is what we're going to do. He was like, we really don't know who did this, but we're going to help your claim in the situation. We're going to have a funeral for your child. We're going to basically have an open casket, send him through the city to the dragon pits. And he was like, man, I don't want my child paraded through here like that to make me look weak. He was like, you already look weak, sir. Just relax. He said, look, grandson Grace, you already look weak. Just let me work my magic. So he told them, we're gonna do that. Cool. And then like he reverted back to a child because he said it. He was just like, and then he looked up at Alice and said, mother, like, what do you want? You saw that? He was like, mother, like, and she kind of was like, yeah, we're gonna do this, blah, 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 blah. And they said, oh yeah, by the way, in the process, we're gonna let everybody know Rhaenyra did this. Even though and then even like Lancel Lannister, not Lancel, whatever his name is, the Lannister that's on the Jason is the one. Tyler Lannister. Yeah, he was like, hey, you mean to blame Rhaenyra for this? And then he was like, yeah, like he's starting to waver a little bit on. He was starting
like,
to waver.
Yo, what are we doing? Yo, like
you got Rhaenyra for this or whatever. And then he was like, yeah, we need to make some claim. And like Otto is smart. You know what I'm saying? The smear campaign. It's about, it's just like elections that we have, smear campaign. And he was like, no. And then Allicent was like, look, we got to do something. Let's go ahead and do this. Cool. And then Otto said, oh, yeah, one more caveat. Yeah, we're going to dress him up, open casket, have him going. Oh, yeah, by the way, the queen and the dowager queen, y'all are going to be in a carriage behind them more. And she was like, no. I don't want to do that. He was like, we need the realm to see the softer side of the royal family. So we need to see y'all crying. The king can't be out there. The king
can't look weak.
King can't look weak, which goes back in the same old, men ain't supposed to cry type stuff, but that's another topic for another day. It's like, hey, no, king can't look weak. Y'all can go out there, y'all can boo-hoo all you want. Cool. So she goes to go see Helaena. Helaena is a wreck. Let me just say this right now. I am team black all day long, but the only person on team green I F with is Helaena.
Yo,
Because
me too, yo. Like,
she's the only one on that team that I F with. Because good God, this girl has been through it. She's in a loveless marriage with her brother who don't even like her for real like that. Nobody pays her no attention when she be saying stuff, and she had to make a choice to get her kid killed or have all them, everybody die. Allicent comes and says, "Hey, so there's gonna be a funeral procession for the boy, and we gonna be in." And she said, "No, I don't want to do that." And they was like, "Look, you got," and she was like, "You got to do it for the ram." She was like, I don't know these people. Like, I don't know these people. I know it's like I'm the queen. I don't know. I don't know these people. I don't want to. Do you understand? It's like, do you understand what the hell I just went through? And now I got to go out in public in front of you and try to act and try to hold it together just a little bit and stuff like that. It was like, whatever with that. So then we cut to the funeral scene. And like all this is happening like within like 2 days or something like that.
Yeah, it's a very short amount of time.
Before that, Larys.
Don't forget about Sir Lucius Leftfoot himself.
Leftfoot Larys comes in. He says, Your Grace, we've detained a man that he is that's in our employ. He's a gold caller. He's been known to be a little brutish, and oh, by the way, he had the young prince's head in his possession. I said, how did they catch this dude? I said, why didn't y'all just go out the way y'all came, sewer, boom, get on out of Dagon King's Landing when it was done with? Y'all, Blood and Cheese was some trash as far as getaway plan or whatnot.
Stupid. Hire.
Yeah, right. So Aegon is like, yo, I'm gonna go kill this dude myself. And they're like, I was like, my man, chill. We need to get information. He's like, What is with this talking? All y'all want to do? He was like, bro, we can get vital information. And that goes to show you the hothead that Aegon is, and that Aegon really doesn't know anything about diplomacy and rule at all, or whatever. So, like I said, we back to the funeral. They open the gates of the Red Keep to go through the city. There's like a page walking in front of, behold, the cruelty of Rhaenyra the monstrous, Rhaenyra Targaryen the monstrous. Look what she did to the and they rolled it through. And at first, I was like, oh dang, they got this kid just sitting there and stuff like that. But then we see an overhead shot. I said, HBO, y'all really doing this?
Yo, the most worst stitching I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. The only stitching of a head back on a body that was worse is when they stitched Rob's wolf head on top of his body after the Red Wedding. Bro, and they paraded him through. But this thing, you just see the in the blood. I was like, oh damn,
looking like Frankenstein's hairline. You know what I'm saying? It was looked bad.
Like it was bad. And he's on top of the little pyre carriage going, and they're walking, and the people are like heartbroken. They're like, oh, we love you, Prince Queen Helaena. Oh my God, we love you, Queen Alicent. They throwing like little grass seeds and stuff like that. I don't know what the hell that was. Like,
I was trying to figure out what kind of plan is this,
like,
yo.
What
I'm about to say, because y'all ain't got nothing to eat. I hope it ain't edible, because y'all should be definitely using it. Nah, if it's wheat, then y'all stupid.
They done shut the city down. Y'all ain't got no food up in that jack.
Y'all struggling.
And so they going through, and then the unthinkable happened. Well, now almost what I thought was the unthinkable. The carriage that's carrying the body of the kid get caught in a pothole and it's stuck. Rashad, were you thinking the same thing I was thinking? I just want to know.
Yes, I was fully prepared to
for that head.
That little boy to be rolling down the daggone street. I was so prepared to see it.
Is that kid? I said, is it going to be the head just fall off and roll off, or is it going to be the baby completely? I said that.
I'm so glad they didn't do that, because that thing looks so unstable. I was like, oh my God, I hope it doesn't fall off.
Right. I said, man, but the way that this was done, especially the funeral, is very reminiscent to real world activity, especially with what happened with Emmett Till or whatever. When Emmett Till
Yeah,
passed away,
true.
they found his body and they wasn't at the funeral. And the mother said, "No, I want an open casket. So I want them to see what they did to my baby." And we definitely saw what those trash ass human beings did to brother Emmett Till or whatever. So, but in the process of this happening, this carriage getting stuck, the crowd is starting to collapse in because they're just mourning and they're trying to just reach up to pay their respects. Helaena starts tweaking.
Yo,
Just,
like I said
this
last
goes back
time,
to our theory that we think that she's
definitely
spectrum.
on the spectrum, yo. Because like she was like kind of like uncomfortable the whole time, and you can see a mother kind of like holding her leg and trying to like calm her down and soothe her, and that's another reason why she was like, they did this to my child because she knows her child, and out of the kids, definitely probably paid her the most attention because she is another female, and the guys with the guys and all that machismo stuff. But the fact that thing stopped, she was like, "Oh no, my worst fear has just came true." And
the walls are closing in,
and the people were starting to come down. It's starting to get louder, and then she was really about to. She was about to be out. You know what I'm saying?
And it wasn't that the people were going to hurt her or anything. They were mourning, but it was just that it was a sensory overload for her.
Overstimulated, y'all.
Which usually what happens with people that are somewhat on the spectrum is certain. And it was just too, and she stood up and was like, I got the, and like you saw Allicent trying to like
hella triggered, yo.
Yeah. So, after that, we go back to Dragonstone. And this scene right here, let me explain something to y'all. Serious scene. I was laughing the entire time. Rashad knows why I'm laughing the entire time. Rhaenyra's sitting there like, what? They saying what? I did this?
Not me.
How the hell you gonna think I did this? My man was like, hey man, yeah. Rhaenyra, she was like, they were saying this. It was like, yeah, that's what we got in this letter here that was going on or whatever. And they're talking about how could, and it was like, and then even people on the council was like, well, I mean, she says, look, I said I wanted she said I wanted Aemond. I didn't say nothing about, and the thing is, I think once again, Rhaenyra knows her sister, helaena, even though, she said, I wouldn't do, of all people,
helaena? Like, why would I do this to her? You know what I'm saying?
Why would I do this to her? She don't do nothing.
She one of the good ones.
Right. You wanted the happiest. Look, the happiest we ever saw helaena was at that last supper that they had, and Jacaerys knew that Aegon treated her like trash, and he asked her to dance. That's the happiest we ever saw her on this series so far.
So true.
And it's like she's like, I wouldn't do. And she was like, who would do this or whatever? And the funny thing is the whole time, our boy, the menace of Westeros is like, he over there whistling things. He ain't like, oh shit. like nah. That. And this is another part I like too. He was like, oh, she said, yep, I did it. I sure enough did. But the thing is, this is another relationship that we're starting to see this season that I love. Rhaenys and Daemon. Rhaenys didn't even flinch. As soon as the stuff happened, she turned and looked dead at Daemon. And Daemon looked at her like, yeah, sure did. And then that's when the other guy was like, I mean, Your Grace, I mean, somebody would think during your grief that you would. And Rhaenys is like a real one because she, even though she knows with some BS, she's still on Rhaenyra's side. She's like, hey, yo, watch your tongue, yo, for real. Like, watch your tongue. Don't say nothing crazy. And Daemon just sitting there like, oh boy, yep, about to have a conversation about this right here. And next thing you know, that look right there. That look right there. That's the look he gave Rhaenys. Rhaenys looked at him and he looked at her like, yeah, it was, what that look is? That's the same look that Olenna Tyrell gave Jamie. tell Cersei it was me.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. When I saw him all laid back in the cut, like
yeah. And then we cut to, and then it's like Rhaenyra finally it clicks in her head.
She
and she
said,
turned
look
and looked at this dude and was like, I know
oh my
damn well.
God, you so stupid.
And
Yeah.
so they
And then we
cut,
had
and then they go
the
at
most
Rashad.
awesome couple argument. And man, like this is like really because okay. Rhaenyra is trying to figure out like why would you do something stupid like this? And he was like, look, yo, like I told him that I want to aim it, you know what I'm saying? And but he didn't tell her like, I'm leaving with I'm leaving with something. He didn't say that. He didn't tell him that.
Yeah, I'm
You know what I'm saying? He was like, look, man, I'm trying to help you out. And then she
I ain't
goes,
got no control of what they do. I told them to do that.
She goes in on him and said, look, yo, I don't know what you think you're doing. I don't care if you think you trying to get back the throne yourself for you. I mean, she really read him his rights in regards to all the stuff that he's been doing since last season.
Did you see when he turned into Ike Turner on her? When she sat there and was like, I mean, what are you doing here? Are you to reclaim? She said something about, to reclaim the throne that you feel was reclaim what was taken from your right, which was taken from you. He was like Ike Turner. He turned his head and hopped up out that chick. She jumped like, oh,
not again. Sorry, Ike. Well, you already beat me. You already beat me last season when I was
already choked me up.
You choked me out right after I miscarried. You know what I'm saying? I know you don't. I know you ain't got no feelings. So like, yeah. I'm glad there wasn't no physical violence this time, even though it was a very. He basically it felt like Cisco. Do I have to grab the back of your neck to make you talk to me?
Yeah, you know what? They were being emotionally violent to each other.
True. I feel like she was much more of the verbal violence.
Yeah.
And he was
because you know what she was doing.
Oh,
she
yeah,
was
yeah,
with
yeah,
Rashad.
yeah,
You married. And I'm not married, but I've been in enough relationships to know women know what to say.
It was like be like, yo,
that can say words that will cut deeper than a samurai sword.
You ain't even had to say that. Yeah.
Right. Like you was just like,
ain't nobody even talking about that. Why you had to say that?
Yeah, and that's when he snapped, yo. Or what he snapped, and like women know their men, and their men, and they know our triggers, and they know what to say that is going to trigger us more than anything. And yeah, man, it was. And then we saw the scene that we talked about when we did the recap of last season, talking about this season. She says, "Do you accept me as your queen?"
Yeah,
because that's what we always wanted to know. Yeah. My man was like,
get out of this
Here's
room.
The thing. He didn't say yes, and he didn't say no. The only thing he said was, have I not always been here for you and this and that?
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, yes, but I can't trust you. Just like my father, and he goes in on his brother. He's like, look, I love my brother, but he was weak. He was scared to draw blood when it needed to be drawn. And he was afraid of the greatness. That's where he started. That's when I was like, God, Minister Westerbros, I love you, but you're losing me on this part. He was afraid of my greatness, of what I was capable of, my greatness, that is me. And he was like, and she was like, he won't worry about your greatness. He couldn't trust you, dude.
Not trust you.
He was the loose cannon of the family. Simple as that. Aemond had good tendencies, and Aemond really did love his family. However, he was the loose cannon.
Also love how Rhaenyra was like, when I was young, I thought it was like a cool, cute challenge type thing. Now that I'm older, like I'm just tired of the nonsense. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's why like that whole when people talk
Yeah.
about like, yo, like you know, she 18, like, yo, she's still young and dumb. Like, there's a sense of maturity that an older person
Mm-hmm.
has over a younger person, and aspects in life and experiences that they have collectively that they don't have. So that experience thing, now she has some. She had a couple of
Mm-hmm.
kids and had a miscarriage. She's like, look, yo,
Mm-hmm.
I don't have time to play games with you. Do what you
Mm-hmm.
gotta do. And you
Yeah.
know, and Damon does what Damon does. He skedaddles out the room, walks past his own daughter, and she's like,
Yeah.
"Father,
She's like, Father, he like, yo, F you, girl.
man, get out
And
my
kept it
face."
moving.
Got
And
on
and the,
his dragon.
got on the menace drag the other him and Caraxes are so made for each other, yo.
Yeah.
And here's a little thing too that's some lore that people when I said like I'm loving not like the dialogue and the nonverbal dialogue between Daemon and Rhaenys. Their parents wrote were the original writers of each other's dragon. So Caraxes, before Daemon got it, was Rhaenys' father's dragon before he
Oh,
died. And Meleys was, I believe, Daemon's mother's dragon before Rhaenyra got it. So they have a kindred spirit in that way.
interesting. I
As
guess
also as long as being their first cousins on top of that. So
more
yeah,
importantly.
man. More importantly, but yeah, man. So Daemon has brought it Caraxes. He has on his black armor, and he is ready to be what it seems like we saw in the previews next week. The menace of what we already know Hoodie Daemon is a problem. Armored
Mm-hmm.
Caraxes Daemon is another problem as well.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Cannot wait. So
Oh God, the next scenes.
yeah, yeah.
Christian Cole.
Pretty much, man. So this is like this intercut shot between the two parents of the show. We got
Mm-hmm.
essentially like Rhaenyra is playing with her kids, and it's kind of
Mm-hmm.
going back and forth between juxtaposed with how they're like cleaning up the room after young boy passed got his head chopped off last week. And it cut in between that. And there's also a scene between Christian Cole and Allicent that's interesting to me. So Allicent is being very she's guilty. Like her conscience is literally
Mm-hmm.
eating her alive. And
Did you
she
tell
go
anyone?
yeah, he was like, "What do you take me for?" And she said,
Yeah.
"Someone who wants absolution." And Kristen was like, "Man, ain't no absolution no more. Like I'm, I'm just a sinner." You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
he said, "This is basically like big time. Like, look, yo, like me being a whore and a murderer is my life now, and I've accepted it. You should too." And
Right.
okay, so is okay. Was this just me, or when she goes to take her bath and she sinks down? Are we trying to
I
foreshadow her, like, committing like seppuku in some form? You feel what I'm
I
saying?
I I
Is that like a little?
really
It felt like a little
I
foreshadow. You know what I'm saying?
at first I was like, is she about to kill herself try to kill herself for this? And then he pops in, no, your grace type thing. But I think that may be a foreshadowing.
Yeah, because they
But then
cut to the next scene. So
let me tell you something, yo. Out of everybody on this show who I dislike, Christian Cole is number one on my list because he is a hypocrite. So he's walking the halls, being the pompous jackass that he is, and he goes, I guess, to the quarters of where the King's Guard are, and you see Sir Arryk with an A,
yeah, yep.
and some of the other King's Guard eating lunch, dinner, or whatever. And and he know he did wrong, so he can't punish himself, and he can't take it out on anybody like else in the royal family or anything. So he just starts effing with Arryk. He comes up to him and he looks, and he's just standing behind him, and Arryk trying to eat his little stew, and he had that feeling like, who the hell is this
Who's
standing behind me
behind
or
me?
whatever? And all of a sudden he just get, what is this on your cape? Arryk turns around and was like, yo, it's just a reminder. He said, the funeral was muddy yesterday. He was just like, the white cloak is a sign of purity, fidelity. I was like, the unmitigated gall of you, sir. What? All of the nonsense. You done smashed 2 queens.
I'm like, sir, you need. I'm sure you haven't even taken a bath yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So like,
yeah.
what are you talking about, yo?
Yeah. What are you talking? My man was just like, okay, I'll do it later. No, you're gonna do it right now. And he was just like, Arryk was like,
yo,
all right, I see what time this dude is on or whatever. And then he's just like, and then Arryk is like, all right, bet. And then this is when it got heated. My man said, where were you, Sir Arryk, when this happened? He was like,
with the king?
I was with who I'm supposed to be with, the king. Oh, you weren't in his bed? No, the king wanted to entertain some friends in the throne room. I was with them in the throne room. And then he said, oh, you didn't think to go up there and look? And then that's when Arryk clapped back. Where were you at, Lord Commander of the King's Guard? He said that. Next thing you know, we saw the scene from The Color Purple. The other day, when signed by me, when the other day the other King's Guardsman was like, okay, time to go. Time to go. Whatever.
Tony, but like the cool thing about that too, other than everybody knowing when it's time to leave, which I love, the fact that he was like, how come Queen Alice or Alicent ain't got no King's Guard? You know what I'm saying? But you've been in the whole time. Like, what you doing that she don't want that you're not the one that to be protecting her? And he was like, like dog, like basically he's implying. It's basically Arryk was implying, I know you smashing them cheeks, so like, why you not being nobody's protector? Like, I don't get it. You are obviously protecting them cheeks.
Yeah. And like I said, you see the other Kings got like, oops, well, time to go, pack it up, time to go. All right, y'all. And then so Christian Cole, being the punk bitch that he is, he saw that he got played at that moment, and he was like, oh, well, your brother betrayed the crown, blah blah blah. How do I know? He was like, hey, yo, my dude, if I was gonna be with my brother, I would have left. He says, I declared for the king and told the king, like, yo, you're the guy. It's like get out of here with that. And then he was like, well, you have, what he said, you have sullied our good order here. So, and he was like, so you need to fix that. And he's like, Arryk is like, all right,
what are you talking about?
All right, whatever. What are you talking about? And he proceeds to send this dude on a straight up suicide mission.
He says, I want you to kill Rhaenyra at Dragonstone.
At Dragonstone. And Arryk was like,
how am I gonna do that?
By myself? And then he tried to play, oh, are you a coward? And he was like, I would have been like, yo, relax, my guy. How am I gonna do that?
Yeah, he tried to hit it with the full force from House Party.
Do I smell? Well, actually, sir, I smell it on your face. That's what I smell on your face right now. I smell pussy. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
is that you, Christian Cole?
Yeah.
So
is that you, Jay? 50 Cent. I'm sorry, guys. Oh yeah. Okay, so
he sends this dude basically on. If you've seen this movie, I love the OG version that started Jodie Foster. He sent her on a parent trap. No, Haley Mills, excuse me. A parent trap mission. Like it's the movie The Parent Trap. He's like, hey, yeah, your brother's a King's Guard. You go act like him. And then he's like, but what if I get caught, Like we seen together. And he was like, this is suicide, man. He says, but if you make it, he said, how glorious it would be for you. And my man,
he was like, no, I ain't trying to do that. He said, or I'll tell the king just how you ain't really down with the team. He was like, I knew, like, he's like, man, I knew he was gonna say this. So
Yeah, so
he
we
has to
gotta
be
do
sent
this.
out, and he starts to make his way. We have a very small, yeah, kind of cute scene with the
Probably
kids.
my second or third
Yeah,
favorite scene
because
in
you
this
got
episode. Like
is it Baela?
Jake. Yeah, that's Baela. Yeah, Jake.
Yeah,
Jace is rolling up on his betrothed.
we got
Baela.
Baela and Jason, and Baela is about that action, getting her crossbow training on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because we didn't mention that Rhaenyra had summoned her. That's why she
Yeah,
walked by
yeah.
her
That's why she
father
walked by.
to go see her. And she basically was like, Rhaenyra was like, hey, so I this is my mission for you. Take take Moon Dancer. You're gonna go to King's Landing and just patrol just to see what's going on. But I want you, but look, girl, I
Stay
love
out the
you. Now,
way.
don't get stay out the way. Stay all the way up in the clouds. Stay all the way up in the clouds. Don't be seen and this and that. Don't interact or nothing. Just kind of see what's going on and come on back and do this and cool. So Baylor, like you said, is about to act. She got the little crossbow hitting bolts and stuff, and then Jace coming up there. Hey, baby, I ain't see you for supper. What's up? And she's like, I
And I
won't
ain't
hungry.
hungry. He was like, man, well, nobody at dinner tonight.
Yeah, yeah. He said, yeah, man. Yes, won't
so
nobody
so
hungry. It was
so
hungry.
many empty seats.
So many empty seats. And like I said, that moment is cute, and they're talking, and Baylor says, "Do you know where he going?" And he already knew something. He was like, I don't know. I guess
Aaron
he's
Hall, I
going to Aaron
guess.
Hall. Aaron Hall, I guess. And then Baylor says something very, very interesting. She said, I think I hate him sometimes. You know,
He
and
said,
then that's when he was like,
fathers
yeah,
can
well,
be
you know,
difficult.
fathers can be difficult. You know, fathers can be really difficult. And so then she was like, yeah. Then she was like, well, what do you remember of my uncle? I had to think like, Lenore. And he says, you know, he was kind. He taught us how to fish. You know what I'm saying? He loved cake. He taught us a bunch of sea chanty songs or whatever. And then Baylor looked, picked up on. She said, what about Hard and Strong? I love this because this is what I love about this scene. The fact that they're cousins, but yet they're still betrothed, but they have had a relationship of, you know, knowing each other. And he probably has confided in her,
Definitely.
besides us knowing the the normal featured children that they are. Confide in her, like, yeah, Harvard Strong is my dad. I basically got confirmed when I was a little kid, but you know, it is what it is type thing. And he looks at he don't say nothing crazy. He just like, he was a good man. He was fun, this and that, blah, blah, blah. They called him the break bones and stuff. And, you know, it was a cute scene to know that they have their own little interaction. And, you know, whatever happens to them in this story or whatever, how they're going to do this in the show, because I can see the show is kind of doing some things different from what's in the book or whatever. I like them together. And this seems like this would be, if it made it through, which we don't think it is, this would have been the type of relationship that that would have been good for Westeros in general, because I think those
Definitely.
two would have been lock key with each other. Um,
Definitely. It's
mm-hmm,
cool. Like the next scene for me is probably one of my favorites, even though it's nothing. We just get some more black people. So we have we have Alan of Hall and his little bro, right? And
Adam.
and the little bro come off talking trash, whatever, and they having a good time. And his little
Mm-hmm.
bro's like, look, I heard you and Corlys had a little conversation. You know what I'm saying? Are you gonna be on the ship with Corlys? And he was like, man,
Mm-hmm.
I don't really want none of that. And he was like, but you should, because that man is indebted to you. He owes you.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
and Alan's trying to be real, like it's a lot of false humility from Alan, because Alan's trying to be like,
Right.
nah, man, I'm just this all in the day's work. I'm like, man, yo, shut up, yo. Like, you know that's your daddy for real. Stop playing
Right. So that's what I'm
games.
getting. That's that. I think what it is this. I think Adam may not know. Adam may not know that that's their pappy for
Yeah,
real, and he's kind of
oh, it's
and
Alan. Is it Alan?
Alan.
Or, So
Alan is the bald headed one. Adam is the young one.
okay, so Adam knows. So Adam don't know. You think Alan knows?
Yeah, Alan
Okay.
knows
Yeah.
because he's coming off very like, man, I don't want no help from this nigga, yo. For real. I don't want no help from this mofo, man. That's this dude.
Yeah.
Type thing,
yeah,
like, yo, I
yeah,
respect him because he's my lord and stuff, and I know what he can. Man, I don't want because he was like, hey man, because remember Adam was like, man, I would do anything to be on the ship with the sea snake, and all that. And he like, look, man, did you make some stew? Because I'm hungry, man. And you make a good tail stew. Is it gonna be carrots in this thing?
And guess what kind of stew is making? This is so black too.
Go ahead. I know.
Goat stew.
Goat stew. Guan for my
not lamb, not chicken,
not lamb,
not any sort of random beef, no cow. Goat. One of the curry in that stew. Anyway, and we get I think we get probably the again, even back from last season, our favorite relationship in this whole thing. We Corlys and Rhaenys, and like they like this is like
1990s interracial relationship. Yo,
this is like it feels like post coitus. Corlys and Rhaenys, you know what I'm saying? Like, we just, had a little bit of fun, you know what I'm saying? My leg don't hurt tonight, girl. I got some work for you. You know what I'm saying? And then, and they just having a, little pillow talk. And then talking about, Daemon and stuff. Like, look, man, like, what's going on with him? And she's like, yo, that bastard's a hothead. And
like Daemon's gonna Daemon for real.
Yeah. For real. And he's like, it works for him, because he's still she's like, no, not really. You know what I'm saying? Like, it hasn't really worked for him. So this is like this fun back and forth for them, just talking about how.
And I like what she said too, because she was like, I can relate to him being passed over for the crown. I know what's that. I know what that felt like. She was like, yo, just let Daemon be Daemon type thing. Like I said, that's why I love the relationship. I love the kind of relationship that her and Daemon do have or whatever.
Yeah, it's really one of like this like weird respect. That's why he don't be trying to like he can't go off with so much. Oh yeah, I can't. I'd be remiss if I forgot about my favorite background character, and that is Misarya. and Rhaenyra was like, I know you told Daemon about the whole thing, so what's up with that? And she's like, I knew he was working for the High Tower. She said, I was working for basically an inevitability. I knew you weren't going to be queen. Everybody knew that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to get paid and get paid well. And I don't think Rhaenyra was really comprehending that at first.
And then we saw what happened next. She was like, you finally remembering who I am. And the first thing that came to my mind was, hello, Barbara. This Shirley. Woman to woman. Woman to woman. Hello, Barbara. This Shirley. My God, yo, for real. Because Rhaenyra was like, yeah, weren't you supposed to be pregnant with this? And she was like, yeah, whatever. Like, yeah, we shared that man, yo. We shared that man. And look, I know how she was like, he promised me a whole bunch of stuff and he disappeared. And he's done the same thing again. He was like, look, he told me give him this stuff and he's gonna set me free. And then Rhaenyra was like, why would I? She's like, I don't know. You might be an asset more than a thing and or whatever. But yeah, man. And it's just funny because it was a stare off. And this is like what you see sometimes happen in real life too, where Rhaenyra isn't the ex yet, but two exes of one guy end up joining forces, become friends because they can't stand his tail or whatever.
Or at the least it'd be like the two baby mamas, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hello, Barbara.
No, that's funny. You know what I'm saying? Like she really had like some Ray J energy. Like I had him first.
Yeah, I hit it.
That's so funny. Man. But yeah, go ahead.
So two more little small but for me, well, one is like just a small scene just to let you know who this person is some more, and the other I think was fun. So the one scene where you get Hugh Hammer.
Yeah, I was
Hugh
gonna talk about
Hammer,
that. Yeah.
he comes home to his home, and
Oh yeah,
his
that's the
wife
dude. That's the dude from the council who was doing
from
the
who was like, hey,
was it?
we making the scorpions.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
make
yeah.
he was the one
The
that he
blacksmith.
put
Yeah, yeah.
blacksmith. He petitioned like, yo, we making these scorpions. It takes like 6 weeks to make these things, and you need some money, yo.
He
Like we
broke down
the we
here.
broke down here. Like your Smiths need the money, and that's when Aegon was like, yo,
I got you.
hey, we got you, yo. Like surreal. Like the small folk are gonna help us win this war more than anything or whatnot. And so he comes home and his kid is like sick, and his
So
wife is making
so,
like a
so she got the black lung, you know what I'm saying?
right, yo, for real.
I got
The
the black
iron,
lung pop.
the iron lung, you got to tell me where you're coming from. Guns never stop.
Wrong.
So, so the wife is like trying to make a suit, and she's like, "Look, yo, I had to walk for like 2 hours to find one chicken, yo, and I had to pay triple the price, and we ain't really got the coin for that, and you ain't making it." And he's just like, he's trying to have faith in the king and be like,
Hey
"Hey,
man, the king got me,
the
yo.
king
He's
said he got us. He promised us that we gonna get this. Like, come on, yo, just be easy." And then like, all right, we'll see. She's like, all right, we'll see. And you see like kind of a touching moment there where he's just like, he's all about his family, and he's just want his kid to
obviously.
get better, and he just want to provide food for them, whatever. The other scene that is very poignant, it makes me change it makes people change the opinion of this person. You see, like, we're in a brothel. And what do we see? We
We
see
see
old Blue Eye. We see old Blue Eye himself, not Frank Sinatra, but
nah,
Aemond
that boy
Targaryen,
aiming, you know what I'm
butt
saying?
naked
In the
in the
fetal
fetal
position.
position with this, and that's the same prostitute that when they went to looking for Aegon,
Yeah,
that
that
was, and she
yeah.
was like, she says the boy has become a man. Like that's the one that took that V card from him
Like,
apparently. Yeah, he's all butt naked in the fetal position, and he's talking with her, and he's confiding in her, and he gave us a revelation of what we knew when it happened, but we weren't sure. He
yeah.
sat there and he said, he was like, I really regret what happened to Luke. And she was like,
Hold on, Tony. But also, he says my basically like my temper got the best of me. So
my
there's some be
temper got the
some
best.
idiots in the comments back when we was doing a recap talking about some. It wasn't them. It was the dragons who did that. I'm like, bro, but who riding the dragons?
Yeah, the
If they're
dragons
so
are
like
bonded.
if they're so in
Yeah.
simpatico with each other,
Mm-hmm.
then they already knew that's what he wanted to do. So like,
Mm-hmm.
don't be stupid.
Don't do that.
All right,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Just like we saw with little Luke Arax was scared to throw this fireball in his face. Just get out of here. Trying to get out of here real quick. Yeah, he was like, I regret what happened, and I lost my temper. Like, she was like, I really ain't want. He was like, and he's just a hurt boy. He's a hurt little boy. He was like, they made fun of me when I was little. When I was little, they made fun of me. They joked on me, and the lady was like, I can't think of her name right now, but she sat there and she was like, it's good that you have regret and what happened. Saying what happened to your nephew, and he went to the whole. I was a little boy. They made fun of me, and but I'm different now. And she was like, she said that line again. The boy has become a man type thing.
Mm-hmm.
And and it goes to show you that Aemond really did not want to do. He just wanted to scare the boy. He wanted to scare the boy and fuck with him
We
and stuff like
said,
that.
like he really wanted
Yeah.
just to mess with him, and
Uh-huh.
he took it too far, and
Yeah.
Vagar don't be playing no games. So
You know what, man? It's just like when we I like my little brother didn't grow up with me, but like having little cousins and stuff, and you got little brother when y'all wrestling and they get hurt, and you like shut, it's okay, don't tell mom, it's all right, it's gonna be all right, and
I
you
totally
try
understand. Yeah,
you
yeah.
try to stop. That's
Sometimes you
exactly
play, you be a little too rough, and somebody get hurt,
too
and you
rough.
end up getting in trouble.
Also, too, he's kind of amped too because he's like Daemon sent someone to kill me when I'm asleep.
He thinks I'm a
Know,
threat. Yeah,
he thinks
yeah.
I'm a
He
threat. He
know.
think I'm formidable.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he know
he
about that
know
action too.
he know about that action too. He know what's about to go down. Yeah, Damon looks at you and says, "Yep, that was me when I was younger,"
Doing the
and that's
same
what it is.
thing. Up in the
Y'all one
brothel,
to
just
two.
being on pillow talking with some random lady. The whole nine. Like, I mean, Tony. I literally almost called him the young minister of Westeros when he said his name, because that's like, yo, they're like the same person.
Yeah.
Just for the different teams.
And the thing is, Daemon knows it, and Daemon really realized it too. At once again at the Last Supper, and they start and Aemond sat there and did my nephews are so strong and started to fight, and Daemon broke it up, and he sat there and looked at him and was like,
"Come on now, y'all. Yeah.
It's
definitely.
Like, I'm looking in the mirror at my younger self right now, whatnot. So yeah, so that scene to me was very poignant, and I appreciate that the show really did show that, because we saw it when it happened, when he had that look like.
Yeah. Can I point out something random about that scene too?
What's that?
Why was the little person pouring the drink backwards? I don't know. That was a choice, and it really bothered me. Anyway,
I saw that too, and I was like, I don't know what this is, but
like who's like who?
What, rock out.
And also, she was random. Also, she was pouring milk.
Yeah.
That man really, and all it's just okay. I'll be talking about that in a minute. I know. No, don't say that. But it's the truth. It's the truth, though. It is very Homelanderish right there. God, why'd you say that? All right, so Rhaenyra. Okay, so basically, Rhaenyra and Misarya meet again, and she's like, "Look, y'all, I'm gonna let you go, yo. Like you straight. I was bugging. You did have him first. It's okay. I know Daemon be tripping.
Right.
I know he be tripping. And then what's it called? Like, yo, they're going to get somebody to send you out, someone in the guards, and go. There's a boat coming in. You can take the boat and you can go to, I forgot wherever she's going. Somewhere out west.
I think Pentos. I think she said something like Pentos.
Yeah. Of course it's Pentos. That's like the middle place to everywhere. So she's walking out of Dragonstone along the path and walking up. He's like, yo, why is somebody in a Kingsguard fit? And then she sees the face. She was like, yo, Arryk is in the building. So that must be Arryk with an A. And she was like, hold on, I just can't leave just yet. You know what I'm saying? This is why I love Misarya, because Misarya is always about the people. You know what I'm saying? Favorite background character. So Misarya basically busts that U-turn, and he goes into the building and basically perpetrates to be his brother the entire time. Nobody's done the wiser. You know what I'm saying? He almost bumps into his brother and does like the Scooby-Doo thing when he's around the door, around the pillar.
Like, I just want to say, you know what was playing in my head the whole time? That whole this twin, where have you been? Nobody. Nobody loves you.
Shut up.
Where have you been?
All right, so Rhaenyra, her handmaiden is like, look, yo, you've been up for 10 days. I need you to actually get some rest. I'm gonna go get some cats and cream from the maester. You know what I'm saying? Kind of help you out. And she's like, you know what? A little bit of Kahlua would be nice right now. So she's trying to get comfortable with them hard ass pillows.
Yo, she was God damn.
You put dragon scales in here. You know what I'm saying? So and then Arryk, like he's like kind of just walking through the place, whatever, trying to figure out what stuff is. You know what I'm saying? And then out of the corner of his eye, he can sense somebody's there. You know what I'm saying? Almost with that.
Do you think he saw? Do you think that Arryk saw Arryk?
I feel like he sensed him.
Yeah,
because he felt like
they say
got that twin telepathy going on. Yeah. I felt like he felt like somebody was behind him because you even notice when he goes around and then he looks at Rhaenyra in her room to that small little crack, which is very peeping Thomas, but still he had that small vantage point. He could see that nobody was in there. You know what I'm saying? And then the handmaiden is about to leave, and then fake Arryk comes in the room like guns are blazing, which was a bad plan. Anyway, he should have just cracked over to her and killed her. He was like, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna kill you.
I'm sorry, I have to do this.
Like, why'd you nigga? Like, why'd you apologizing to me for? Like Arryk, what's the problem? I'm not Arryk. I'm Arryk with an
A. And then Arryk pops in and said, "Brother, no." And then you see like the, oh snap, like it's a standoff.
Yeah.
And Rhaenyra at first is confused, and then she knows what it is.
Upon further review, we was wrong too. The Arryk that got killed was Team Black Arryk, and the Arryk that unfortunately committed the act on himself was Team Green Arryk. So we was wrong. I just want to let y'all know that we was wrong.
And Arryk, he rushes towards her. Arryk stops it. At that point, you can tell who is who because Rhaenyra gets up and gets behind Arryk. And what got me was the handmaid just sitting there. She was like, it took Rhaenyra to be like, "Hey, stupid, go get somebody.
Go get some guards." She's like, "Oh my God." I did not plan for this today. She's ducking behind the table. I'm like, dog, if you're staying here, you're gonna die. Just run away. They're obviously occupied. You know what I'm saying? They don't want you. So, and I can't lie. That was a very well choreographed fight. You know what I'm saying?
I lost track of who.
So many times. I'm sorry. I know some genius sometimes like, oh, I knew it was the whole time. Like, shut up. I don't care. I was lost in it. It was really good. The part that got me when he slashed like behind his knee. I was like, oh, and then after why he grabbed that Jessica.
Yeah, I was like, oh, he gonna rip his ACL out. Oh, he grabbed it. He grabbed it and dug it.
He said his ACL. ACL, MCL, UCL, PCL, the whole
every CL.
Every ligament in his knee just gone, yo.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, like it was a good fight. Even to the point after like he kind of just got him, you know what I'm saying? And the cool thing about that, like you barely could see it. Because you know what it reminded me of? When Obi-Wan killed Darth Maul. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like it really reminded me of that. And he was like, "Oh, snap, you got me."
Did Arryk with the E actually win the fight? I don't know who won the fight for real. I can't because I thought Arryk was the one that got his daggone CL cut and grabbed out of.
Because even when they're together, it is really hard to tell. You know what I'm saying? Because it's looking.
And the best thing about it was this wasn't CGI or anything. These are actual two brothers that are who are identical twin brothers that are actors or whatever, and they got them for this.
Yeah, and the only reason why I think that it was Arryk who committed seppuku is just because like Rhaenyra was like she was really sad when he did that. Like even though the older King's Guard dude was there, kind of like without his armor on, it still felt like it felt like it was him.
And she probably felt a better loyalty to him too because he brought the crown to her.
Oh yeah, that's a whole that was a whole thing. That's basically what he told Daemon. on the other last episode. All right, we gotta get back to King's Landing because I just want to say this is a part of the funny scene, the whole thing. We have Otto, yeah, Otto, Sir Christian Cole, and Aegon the Petty. Aegon is like, look, my man Sir Christian Cole is out here making moves, and he's like, yo, Otto's face, he is so tired of them and their nonsense.
You want to know how bad it is, how tired he is. He called, when he busted up in there, he was like, "You idiot! What did you?" Because mind you, because of what happened when they caught blood and when they cut blood and they interrogated him,
He
blood
killed
told them,
all
"Hey, it was a rat
catchers.
catcher. I don't know the name or whatever." So Aegon killed all the rat catchers in the city. And like Otto was like, what the hell? We had the small folk in our hand.
Don't forget, strung them up around the castle.
Around. Yeah. Also, too, funny scene. We didn't talk about this last week. Cheese's dog got kicked last week, which was effed up. I was really pissed off when I saw like the dog ain't do nothing.
I was weak.
The dog sat there was just staring at Cheese after he got hung up. Like, yeah, that's what you get for kicking me, motherfucker. Like type
that's funny.
Type thing. But anyway, Otto was like, you idiot! You show these people up. Now you got wives and daggone children,
sons and fathers hanging, and then people like, walking around seeing them being hung. Like, come on,
and they cursing your name. Like, what are you doing? And he's like, you killed all those innocent men. And he said, and one guilty one. I said, really, Aegon?
Yes.
Aegon is
yes.
And one guilty one.
And one guilty
he's
one.
Just like, what are you doing? And like, he proceeds to like lay him out. And when he called him an idiot and stuff, once again, punk ass Cole, you watch your tongue when you talk to the. He said, I'm talking to my grandson right now. F that crap or whatever. He laid Aegon out. He laid Aegon out so much. He called him, when you're a kid and your parents say this about you, you feel bad, but Aegon ain't care. He called that man trifling. He said, trifling. That's what you are.
He said, your daddy was right. You some trash.
Right. He was like, do you even care about what your father, with his dignity and honor? And he was like, F dignity, blah, 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 blah. And then he was just like, you know what? Yeah, your daddy was right about you. So, and then Otto just felt so betrayed because he's like, he told him, do you know what was done for you?
Yeah.
For you, for this man, for real?
Yeah, because he going back to saying, look, we set this up so well, we didn't even tell your mama what we was doing. You know what I'm saying? To have you be here and for essentially the Hightower gang to be in power, even if it by proxy, and have you be like the, just the figurehead ruler. And essentially, Aegon is like, man, you're not about that action. My boy Sir Christian Cole, on the other hand, is because he already know he needed some redemption for getting his son's head cut off. So he says, look, and he was like, redemption, how? What did you do? He said, yeah. He said, Arryk over to kill Rhaenyra. He's like, you fool. Like, I cannot believe. It's like, yo, he told him, this has got to be the dumbest plan I've ever heard in my life.
And that's when he called him trifling right there, that part, right?
Yeah, he was walking out and said, man, you know what? You ain't the hand no more. Go ahead and take your little, your little lapel off. And Christian Cole's gonna
Otto be said, you wouldn't dare. He says, oh, I dare.
What did he say next? He said, I dare. What did he say? He said, I dared.
And it's sweet. It's something sweet.
Keep on talking. I'm gonna go back to that.
Yeah, he was like, I dare. And he was just like, Otto was like, all right, cool, whatever. He was like, do you think you are so, you know what I'm saying, basically like so smart, so cunning that you don't need a hand, this and that? And he was like, yeah. He says, take that pin off. Oh, by the way, give it to Sir Christian Cole. Christian Cole was like, huh?
I didn't sign up for this.
I ain't said, wait a minute, what? And then he looked at him when he said it, Otto was like, you are gonna. He basically told him what they said in the 80s. You will rue the day that you've done it. Like, you're gonna make this dude the hand of the king. And he was like, I'm not here to listen to old men. He was like, Christian Cole has done more for me, has done more about this situation in this short amount of time than you've done all together. He was like, yo, you're done. Get out of here. Otto said, man, F this daggone thing. Threw the pendant at Christian Cole's foot and bopped on up out of there.
He said, I have dead and I find it stimulating.
Yeah. I have dead.
I said, my God. I was so weak when he said that. I said, yo, like, they gonna get a couple points today because that line is funny as I don't know what. Yeah, right. Man. And like essentially and that's like the end of the episode. Oh yeah, he goes to talk to 2 points. That scene. He goes to talk to Allicent. And Allicent, and he's Otto's like, man, I'm about to go back home. And she was
you
like,
got another son. You got another son over there who's more willing.
Darren?
Darren.
Darren Targaryen. He said, don't worry. I'm gonna go hook up with Darren, and me and Darren gonna do this thing on the side. And she was like, stay the hell away from my kid. I need you to go over with the Tyrells. You know, it's a High Garden. Yeah. Go over High Garden with the Tyrells and curry favor with them.
Make sure everything cool.
Yeah. I was like,
also too, how he was like, Christian Cole's an idiot. Why are we gonna have this dude? And then you saw she was quick to defend her bae. He's very loyal.
He's very loyal. He's very loyal. He's loyal
to your cooch.
Vagina.
He's loyal to your vagina. That's what he's loyal to.
Because as we see it at that end scene with them.
Makeup
sex. So okay, all right. So yeah, definitely makeup sex. I also want to talk about just how she left crying Aegon, because Aegon was like really had this moment of clarity after everything went down. It's nighttime. He's settled, sun buried, trying to get some retribution for the death. All that happened. Now everything comes crashing down, and she was like, "I ain't dealing with this mess. I'm about to go give me some booty." You know what I'm saying?
She didn't even back out. She didn't even do the Homer Simpson back up. She turned her back on that boy and walked out the day.
She busted U-turn on him. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. like I'm about to go get some.
Christian Cole.
Get some my ding-a-ling.
Wow. Like Christian Cole is back with his armor off. I already know he got his armor off.
Sitting on the edge of the bed. I said, you hoe. That's right. He just sitting on the edge of the bed like. Whatever.
It's booty time. Yeah. So that's the episode. All right.
One more quick thing.
Go ahead.
We have very small thing is for interaction. You see after the funeral and everything, helaena and Aegon are walking past each other on the same stairway that she came down and that Rhaenyra had to walk up after she had the baby. And they made eye contact. And they just kept on going. They say nothing. I said, well, goddamn.
That's what I want to talk about too. I want to talk about, if you look at this episode thematically, it's really about the relationship between individuals. And it's usually some sort of either like marriage or romantic, or the whole episode is those relationships. Think about it. You go back, or either like or familiars. Always like a duality. Like a two-person relationship the whole time. You got Rhaenyra and Daemon. You got Aemond and the lady that took his virginity. You got Baela, what's called
Jace.
You have the one we just talked about, helaena and Aegon. I mean, the whole time you got Corlys and Rhaenys. You have the two brothers, you know what I'm saying, Adam and Alan. So the whole episode was really tied around, like narratively tied around these relationships. The father, what's his name? The blacksmith. What's his name?
Oh, Hugh. Hugh
Yeah,
Hammond.
Hugh. Yeah. Hugh and
Yeah.
his wife. You know what I'm saying? All this, because remember, the kid didn't talk because she was back there, with the whooping
Mm-hmm.
cough. So the whole episode is based around the duality of these relationships. I just love how they use that as a way to kind of like speak. Oh yeah, the twins. So it kind of speaks to the episode and how, like, because there wasn't a whole lot of congregating of people except for, like, when Christian Cole and Aegon told Otto to get out of here. But like
Mm-hmm.
that whole thing for the episode for me was very interesting. I was like, man, this is a really, really slick way to just kind of write this out and tell the story through these relationships.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's the one thing I did. Like I said, I noticed off the bat that this episode was a lot about that. That the relationships that was going on, and you saw the interactions of people for this. Because, like I said, we haven't even seen no action. I mean, the fight between Arryk and Ark is probably
That's
the
that's
most
the biggest
action.
thing we saw. You know what I'm saying? To be honest,
Yeah,
the whole season. I mean, even the first season. I mean, that was really, aside from a child being beheaded, there wasn't really no action in that episode either. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
this is the most
but it was
action we
still
had
so well.
was a duel. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
And okay, so
and it was
Tony.
still so well done.
Oh yeah. Masterful writing and just shot selection. Even when we see Adam being in awe of the dragon flying
See
overhead.
smoke. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like that whole thing, you know what I'm saying? Because basically that's his sister up in the sky. So like it like those things for me, like, really, like, man, like they're really doing a good job. Even some of the softest scenes where it's just Rainey's playing with her kids and it's just like the dust and the light and transitioning back and forth. Like those are just
And another thing, somebody was like, "Who are those kids she's playing with? Those are her kids she
her
has with
kids.
Daemon." Yeah, but
Yeah.
Viserys the second, and Aegon the younger. That's what the younger. She named the kid Aegon. So yeah.
We love an Aegon in this joint. So
Mm-hmm.
another question. What do you think Damon's reaction is gonna be when we see that they tried to kill Rhaenyra?
Mm.
Because right now he's on his way to Harrenhal,
Mm.
supposedly.
Well, Daemon right now is trying to go hellfire and brimstone himself. So
So do you
what
think
you?
he's gonna burn down Harrenhal again?
I think he is. I think he is. I think he's gonna try to burn that bitch again, yo.
What, yo? Like,
Yeah. Because he knows he's out of her favor. And once again, like I said about Daemon is the menace of Westeros. He is. However, he does love his family. He has a special way of showing that he loves his family. Always not as affectionate as it is, as we saw when she was like, "Father," yeah, whatever, girl. keep it moving. I think he's just trying to get back in her good graces, and he's going to try to prove to her, "Look here, I done secured the Riverlands for you. If this doesn't prove to you that like that, this doesn't prove to you that I'm on your side, I don't know what else I can do, or whatever."
yeah,
And I think also too, this is going to make Rhaenyra realize, I need Daemon back. I know, because people are horrified of this. People are horrified of this dude because he is the menace of Westeros, and they know when this dude backing her, and he go and Caraxes on top of that. Psh, all right,
yeah,
good luck.
yeah. I feel
So
you, man. I mean, that's really like all I got. You got anything else?
no, man, that's all I got. Like I said, solid episode. Can't wait to see what happens next week from previews. The previews that show,
I
it
ain't
looks
even
like
see
we're
no
gonna.
previews.
I saw a preview. Look
I
like we're
don't
about to
watch
get.
them. I know you're about to.
Looking like
Hopefully, we can get some more action because
I think we're gonna get a little bit more action. I saw some stuff with Baela
cool,
on the
cool.
dragon. I saw some Menace of Westeros himself. with Caraxes, so hopefully, we get some good stuff, man, here with this, man. But yeah,
No,
another
man. I mean,
solid
because
show.
shoot, the budget been low these 2 episodes, so
Yeah.
we got to spend our money somewhere. But
Yeah.
yeah, man. Other than
And
that,
once again, why we love this show, it's not just like I tell people, it's not who've never been into the world of Game of Thrones. It's not all what you think it is about dragons and mystical stuff and blah blah blah. That is a part of it. But what makes this show and this, franchise so great is the dialogue between characters and stuff like that. I want to shout out one of my coworkers who finally has made it past the first episode of season 1. She said she couldn't do it because of the whole
I remember
birthing scene and stuff. So she says, I'm on episode 4 now. She was like, yeah. And the first thing she said to me this morning, I saw, she was like, what's his name? Damien? That's a bad mofo. I said, yes, come to the dark side. Come on over here with us.
That's what's up, man. Well, we'll be back here on Wednesday. Of course, Calrissian Kids covering the Acolyte episode number 5. And yeah, of course. Until this thing ends, every Monday, 7 p.m. here on YouTube. We'll be
shout out to the people that's watching and everything.
Definitely.
Like a lot of folk have been hitting me like, hey, when y'all gonna bring another episode? I can't wait to hear it. Hey man, we're not aficionados. We just 2 dudes, man, who love this and just love to put our spin on, reviewing this great show or whatever. So
yeah,
thanks
man.
for the support.
If you love this, definitely stick around, subscribe, because we do other stuff too. You know what I'm saying? Like we do other stuff too. We go over a lot of pop culture stuff. Yeah, that's all we got, man. Until the next time.